3 days after launch, the US government ordered Anthropic to shut down its two most powerful AI models. Not because they caused harm, not because there was an attack, because someone claimed they could be misused. And just like that, Fable 5 and Mythos 5 went dark for everyone globally overnight. I'm going to break down exactly what happened, why the government's reasoning doesn't fully hold up, and more importantly, what this means for anyone building on AI right now. Because this isn't just an Anthropic story. This is a precedent that affects every developer, every company, and every team using frontier AI in production. Let's get into it. On June 9, 2026, Anthropic launched two new models. Fable 5, their most advanced model made available for the general public, built with strong safety guardrails, specifically designed to block high-risk scores around cybersecurity, biology, and chemical threats. Mythos 5, the underlying frontier model. Not public, released only to a small group of trusted partners, cybersecurity firms, and critical infrastructure companies. No safety restrictions, full capability. Think of it this way. Fable 5 is the car with the governor installed. Mythos 5 is the engine underneath. 3 days later, on June 12th at 5:21 p.m. Eastern Time, Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei received a letter from the Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, an export control directive. It ordered Anthropic to suspend all access to both models for any foreign national anywhere in the world. That includes foreign nationals inside the United States. That includes Anthropic's own employees who aren't US citizens. Now, here's the operational problem. Anthropic cannot verify the nationality of every user in real time. There is no reliable way to do that at scale. So they made the only decision that guarantee compliance. They shoot both models down for everybody. Every customer, every API call, every session, gone. All other cloud models, Opus, Sonnet, Ico, remain online. Only Fable 5 and Mythos 5 went dark. So, what was the actual national security threat? The government's claim, as relied by Anthropic, is this. Someone discovered a method to jailbreak Fable 5 to bypass its safety guardrails and access the underlying Mythos capabilities. Specifically, the technique involved asking the model to read a code base and identify software vulnerabilities. That's it. That's a jailbreak. Now, let's be precise about what Anthropic actually found when they review it. 1. The jailbreak is narrow. It's not a universal bypass. It works in one specific context, not as a broad key that unlocks everything. 2. The vulnerabilities it exposed were already known and minor. And 3, and this is the critical one, Anthropic tests the same technique against other publicly available models, including OpenAI GPT 5.5, and it worked there too. Those models are not subject to any export restriction right now. So, the argument from the government is, this specific model is too dangerous because someone can use it to find software flaws. But the same thing can be done with models that are freely available right now. The threat isn't unique to Fable 5 or Mythos 5. There is one more detail that makes this story much more complicated. According to the Wall Street Journal, it was Amazon that reported the alleged jailbreak to the government. Amazon, one of the Anthropic's investors, but also a direct competitor in the AI space through AWS, Bedrock, and their own model development. Make of that what you will. And a cybersecurity CEO who actually saw the underlying research said publicly that the work was defensive in nature, not designed to attack anything. Anthropic's own words. Today, the government has only given us verbal evidence of a potential narrow, non-universal jailbreak. Verbal, not written findings, no formal technical disclosure. Here's where I need you to step back from the Anthropic story and think about the bigger picture. What just happened is genuinely unprecedented. This is the first time a leading AI company has been forced by government directive to take a publicly deployed frontier model offline. Not hardware, not a chip, not an export license for physical equipment, a model, a software running in a cloud, serving hundreds of millions of users. And the mechanism used was export control law, the same legal framework designed to prevent the sale of military hardware to adversaries, applied to an AI model because of a narrow, non-universal jailbreak that produced results already available from other public tools. Think about what that normalizes. If this becomes the standard, then any AI model that reaches a certain capability can be suspended by a single letter with no written technical evidence, no public process, no independent review, overnight, while your production systems are still running on top of it. For developers and teams building on frontier AI, this is a real infrastructure risk that most people haven't priced in yet. Your stack can disappear, not because of a bug, not because of a provider outage, because of a government directive your vendor received at 5:21 p.m. on a Friday. The question we should be asking isn't whether jailbreaks are dangerous. They are a real concern. The question is, who decides when a model is too capable to exist publicly, and what process governs that decision? Right now, the answer appears to be one letter, verbal evidence, and a Friday afternoon. That's not a security framework, that's precedent. Where does this go from here? Anthropic say they would release more technical details within 24 hours of the directive. Watch for that. It will tell us how much pushback they are willing to make public. The models could come back with export licenses issued on a per user basis. That would be operationally complex and would significantly change who can access frontier AI and under what conditions. And Congress will likely weigh in. Export control directives of this scope applied to the software are legally no territory. This story is not over. It's the beginning of a much larger conversation about who controls access to advanced AI and whether the current framework is equipped to handle it. If you want to follow this as it develops, subscribe. I will be covering the technical and strategic implications here as more details come out. And if you are building on AI infrastructure right now, whether that's APIs, agents, or automated pipelines, this is the moment to think seriously about model redundancy. Don't build a single point of failure around any provider or any model, any one single model. That's the practical takeaway. I will see you in the next one. Subscribe and follow us for more. Thank you.